It's John Robeson, and I'm going to just show some examples of perfecting details on these Boch Collection ESOs. The Boch Collection is one of the only collections in North America to hold the range of brands of ESO vehicles, and if they're shown together, it's important that they match. We're showing in bigger and bigger events. I'm just going to show some examples of matching details. First, let's look at the black molding that surrounds the hood opening. Now, when we look at period photos, it appears that this is how the sharp edge of that corner is trimmed. This car is a 1969, and when we move in on the Corvette valve cover, as we get closer, you can start to see right here, you can see this line. See that line there? That line is where the mold in the Corvette valve cover manufacturing facility fractured in 1967. So a cracked cover is a correct original cover for a 1969 car. And then over here, we have a correct ATE decal on the ATE Mercedes brake booster. Another small detail, and here you see the original markings on a new old stock external regulator 1960s GM alternator. That was used right through the 60s on ESO. Now, if we go over and we look at the Grifo right next to it, you can see how we have installed the same molding, and when this car came into the Boch Collection, that molding actually was this. See, it was a modern door weather strip, and it kind of looked good in here, but it is not right. Here you can see, here's the correct original windshield wiper motor and gear assembly, and we've matched those between the two cars. When we look here, this valve cover is clean, it's not cracked, and that's correct for this car because this car is a 1966, so it was made before that cracked. Here we have again a matching new old stock alternator, and we are awaiting a correct decal for this booster. We are also waiting to get made a decal for the fuse box cover, which, as you can see, has lost most of its lettering, and it's also lost the smooth texture. Finally, for a major show field, we will take this obvious green American Interstate battery and we'll replace it with a black one that looks correct for what the Italians would have done back in the day. And here's another really interesting small detail. This is the air filter housing. Now, we took a reproduction housing because we couldn't find an original one, and we stamped the original numbers into it using the red car's numbers as a model. And I want to show you just the example of detail that some of these judges at the major shows will pick up on. This is a modern wing nut to hold an air filter top on, and it's a wing nut that might be on some deck furniture or anything else at your home. This wider one, this is an original 1960s General Motors air filter nut. As you can see, when you put it side by side, pardon my clumsiness, they're quite different. And it's important when we show these cars all together that this match. If we were showing just one car, nobody would know, but you put 3 or 4 of them together, or you put these cars in a field with identical models, and it's really, really important. And that's the kind of stuff that we are really paying close attention to keep these cars and the collection at the top of the game.